Hey guys, how are you? I just wanted to give you guys a quick message. Okay, so let me just say, for those who have the gifts of hearing, because the Lord will give his children the gifts of hearing, and that's, physically in the physical realm, but that's also in the spiritual realm, right? And this gift is what many may call telepathy, or many may call clairaudience. It's the gift of hearing in the realm, gift of hearing physically. And in order to hear the Lord, you have to have this gift, right? Some people have the gift of visions. Some people have the gift of prophetic dreams. Some people have the gift of hearing, right? And some people have it all. They have all three, right? I just want to tell you guys that, these demons are getting very smart. They're smart, but they're not as smart as the Lord, right? But they can outsmart us. You know what I mean? So what I want to talk to you guys about is what's currently happening for those who have the gift of hearing. For those who have the gift of hearing and you're able to hear the Lord and hear people when you're in your sleep, whether it's conversations, whether it's whatever the Lord wants you to hear, or whether it's, you have this connection with your children. I have this gift where I can be sleeping and I can hear my daughter talking to me, and I know it's her because she'll wake up and say the same thing I heard, and we'll both say the same thing. So we were communicating without actually being around each other. We would be communicating right in our sleep. Whether you have this gift with your kingdom spouse, some kingdom spouses have this gift with each other, where they can hear each other, communicate with each other, talk to each other. These demons are getting smart. You see, a lot of them, they can't just come to you as themselves. We already knew they disguise themselves in dreams. They're not going to come to you as themselves. They're not going to come to you as a demon. Because if they come to you as a demon, you're not going to approach them, So they have to sweet you up. You know what I mean? And this also says in the Bible, the devil will come in as light, right? But the devil will also send its minions to come in as light as well, right? So they will try to sweet you up, butter you up, to make you think that you're safe, to make you comfortable enough to communicate. So because they're trying to make you feel comfortable enough to communicate certain things with them, those who have the gift of hearing, like I said, if they're disguising themselves in dreams as people that make you feel comfortable, so you can approach these people. Hence why I had that dream of that baby, and the Lord yelled, not the Lord, sorry, Father Abba, he was like, don't touch that baby, and he yelled at me when he saw me pick up the baby. I had to put the baby down, but they disguise themselves as a baby because they know that I have a soft spot for babies, and I'm vulnerable when it comes to children, right? So they will do the same thing with anyone in your dreams. They will disguise themselves as people that you're comfortable with to get close to you. So you got to be careful, okay? But also, those who have the gift of hearing, they will do this also when you're not sleeping. So if you have the gift of hearing and you have this communication with your kingdom spouse, or you have this communication with your child or with a mother, they'll make you hear things to trick you. Let me give you an example. So last night I was sleeping and I heard a specific family member crying. She was breaking down, and this was the family member that hurt me in the past, right? So I was just like, oh my gosh, God is showing me this family member is crying and they feel bad. They may have repented, and maybe I should reach out. Maybe I should, check up on her, etc. And when I said that, the Lord came through and shut it down immediately. He shut it down immediately. So yes, I was hearing her crying, but they're trying to make me think that she was crying because she was sorry, and maybe she was sorry, but it's a consistent pattern of her doing the same thing. Like, she'll cry and be sorry, but then a month later, 2 months later, she'll do the same thing again, right? So when the Lord came and shut that down immediately, I was like, ooh, these demons are smart. You know, they wanted me to reach out and open back that door again, knowing that I'm going to go through the same thing again. So, you know, they will get you at your most vulnerable moment, or they know they know, I wouldn't say weak spot, because having a heart is not considered weak, but they will use that as your weak spot. You know what I mean? So the Lord came through and shut that down quick. And then another thing is that, here's another way they'll trick you. So if you have the gift of hearing, and you can communicate with, you know, your kingdom spouse, they will pretend to be your kingdom spouse, and they will communicate with you while you're sleeping or in the realm. And then what will happen is they will mention things that only you and your kingdom spouse know, because the Lord has showed it to both of you guys, or it's something that you both just know, right? So remember, these demons, they're calculated, okay? So they will observe, they will watch, they will spy, they will gather information that only you guys will know. So when that information is mentioned, you automatically think that it's the person that you think it is that you're communicating with, when it's really not. It's a demon. Okay? So they will come in and say certain things, and you'll be like, oh, this is my kingdom spouse I'm communicating with. You know, and then because you think it's them, you're getting comfortable, and you're opening up more to them. And you're like, yes, you know, this is what's happening. This is my plan. This is my goal. And you're consistently communicating with what you think, who you think is your kingdom spouse. But really and truly, the demon's just outsmarting you, because what the demon's trying to do now, the demon's trying to sweet you up, friend you up. And the demon will be like, hey, so tell me, you know, do you love me? And tell me, like, what's going on next? Or what gifts did you buy me? You know, or what are you going to do next week? Or, you know, that's what will happen. So they will also disguise themselves to those who have the gift of hearing. So some people may have this issue in the dream state, those who have the gift of prophecy and visions and stuff. And then those who have the gift of hearing will have this issue, you know, when they're not sleeping, but when they're able to kind of tap in the realm with the gift they have of hearing, right? And then some will experience it in both, you know. So just really be smart, guys, and, you know, just be really smart, because they want you to be comfortable with communicating with them. So they will disguise themselves as someone that you know makes you comfortable, so you are comfortable enough to open up and communicate your business and how you feel and etc. And that's how they let themselves in. That's how they'll enter your space. That's how you know. So one thing is, you have to have discernment, and you got to have that relationship with the Lord. So anytime that happens, the Lord will step in and give you that confirmation, like, hey, you're being tricked right now. Just wake up, you know? So yeah, they will come in and they will try to have a conversation with you, trying to make you feel comfortable, you know? So really just use your discernment. I know it's sad, because it's like some of you guys feel like you can't trust anyone physically. It's like you can't even trust anyone physically, but listen, this stuff happens in the physical world, just like somebody can pretend to be your friend in the physical world and then take advantage of you or use you or lie to you, and they're really against you. This stuff also happens in the spirit world, and you have to remember, the spirit world, everything happens there first before it becomes reality, you know? So you have to expect it to happen in the physical. But most people, they think because they have the gift of hearing, they have the gift to see, that they don't because they hear something good, they automatically think that it's God, or they automatically think that it's good because it feels good. You know what I mean? It seems good, but they can pretend to be good too. They can pretend to be good too, and they can make you feel that they're on your side, and and that's happened to me a lot, where they would disguise themselves as me and talk to people, and it's not even me, but it's just to get information. You know what I mean? And especially if it's someone that you love. Like, they've done this to me too, where they would pretend to be my kingdom spouse, and they would come in and talk to me and be like, oh, I love you and I miss you and all this stuff, and I know it's not him. And then I would have to, so I'm like, damn, I'm just going to be mute in the physical realm and be mute in the spiritual realm, because they're coming in and they're coming in slick. Like, they think they're slick, but some people will get fooled, especially if you are a child of God and you have the gift of, let's just say, prophecy, but you have not been gifted with the gift of hearing as yet, and God ends up gifting you with the gift of hearing later on. So you're just now learning how to use the gift of hearing, but you're not quite a pro, and you're never going to really be a pro, because I'm not even a pro, and I've had these gifts for years. You know what I mean? Well, I've had them my whole life, but God has given me access to it to where I can understand it like years ago. But you're never going to really be a pro. So, I mean, we get tricked too. So you can get tricked too. So when you're starting out with learning, about your gifts, it's quite, so I just wanted to let you guys know that this is what's happening, and they're getting smarter. They're getting smarter, and just remember that not everything you hear, even if it sounds positive, not everything you hear is God or whoever you think it is. Sometimes it is them just trying to trick you and trying to make you warm up to them, so they can get they can open that door and you can allow them in. Okay, so you have to be careful. Okay, guys, I always tell y'all, use your discernment. Hence why I don't put out as much messages as I used to. I have to get confirmation from the Lord, triple, quadruple, whatever amount of confirmations before I put stuff out there for you guys, so I know it's legit, but they're getting smarter. So I just wanted to tell you guys that if you hear your kingdom spouse, or you hear someone coming in, you're like, oh, I can hear you, we have telepathy, or we have gifted hearing, whatever you want to call it, just try not to talk about your business in the realm. Just like how you guys would be cautious physically, be cautious in the realm as well. Okay, guys, because they're sneaky. Okay. Anyways, I love you guys. I will talk to you soon. Be safe and have a blessed day. Bye, guys.